Hey, good morning. Nice to see you. It's Monday morning, which is always a little bit of a pain in the butt, isn't it? Although I had a busy weekend. I had a lot of appointments this weekend. And so today, hopefully, will be a little bit quieter. Anyways, why do you care? My name is Rita Hickman, and I'm a body mind expert and a shiatsu massage therapist. But my specialty is helping women in narcissistic and toxic relationships. I help them move forward, I help them heal from the past, I help them stop making the same choices that get them into difficult relationships in the first place, and I help them heal by giving them the space and the support and the love and the compassion and the understanding that they always needed, but they didn't get. So today we're talking about mothers, narcissistic mothers, to be exact. When you start looking at the topic of narcissism, almost all of the information that's out there is on narcissistic partners, spouses that you married that because most narcissists are male. But here's the interesting thing. um, it seems like most of the damage that's done is done by mothers who are narcissists. I don't know if it's because they're the person that at the end of the day was always supposed to love you. All the books said that, all the everything said that. They're supposed to be wired to love you more than anything. And so it's almost like on some hand we can say, yeah, my father couldn't love me, and look at all these other narcissists who are in the world. So clearly it's more common. But when we start talking about narcissist mothers, there are a lot of secrets, a lot of things that women don't talk about. And this whole mother narcissism thing, when you're raised by someone who's supposed to be the person who protects you no matter what, no matter the situation, and they betray you in such a hard way, um, it's pretty devastating. And it's a devastating sort of pain and wound that ends up running like a thread through your whole life, no matter where you go or who you meet. And it tends to be something that you spend a big chunk of your life trying to sort out and heal. On the flip side, on the positive side, when you deal with something like that, it's a wonderful catalyst. It's a catalyst to help you really become the person that you're meant to be, despite the wounds, despite how you were raised. So it can be a great catalyst. But on the other hand, it's something that never quite goes away, especially because many women who are damaged or wounded most by narcissistic mothers, they they are compassionate people. They're caretakers. They're women who are empaths. They're more sensitive, and so usually they're the ones who end up taking care of their mothers when their mothers get older. Even if it tries to go someplace else, even if someone else starts, it inevitably falls apart because other people are not capable. They don't have the skills of really dealing with the narcissist. And you, because you've spent your whole life figuring this out, working it through, gnawing on it, going to therapy, self reflection, spiritual growth, personal healing, all self help books. You spent your life working on that. Now you find yourself the only one who really has the ability or the capability to care for your now aging narcissistic mother. I see it a lot. I see it a lot because no one else is willing to stand up, and you, as the compassionate empathic one who's already done some of their inner work, find themselves the only one left, the only one with enough care and compassion and ability to take care of a narcissistic mother. Yikes. Yikes. So, if you're looking at this, or if you're starting to look ahead and realize that your mother's getting sicker, that you're the one who will step up. If you find yourself in that position, here's some ways to think about it and some ways to cope, because the narcissism probably didn't go away. It didn't get healed. It didn't get fixed. So they're still working through the same issues, and and not and still taking it out on you, still minimizing and belittling and criticizing and being critical, and pushing all those buttons from when you were a child. So, how do you cope? Coping mechanism number one is to get some support for you. Because you know what? No one really is capable. Even the people who are so narcissistic themselves, no one is really capable of dealing with a narcissist in a healthy way. At least a narcissist with a high level of narcissism. They they just don't. The anger and the mood swings and the rages and the manipulation and the gaslighting is just way too much for anybody to deal with. So you have to start looking for support. You have to start looking for women who are able to support you. You have to start looking for any mental health support you want to get, emotional health support you want to get. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you're in this alone, because people don't talk about narcissistic mothers, not very often. And so the secrets begin again and the hiding begins again. But in order to break out of that pattern, you have to reach out and you have to find healthy women who can support you and work through this. And and be there for you when you are feeling insecure, when you're feeling less than, when you're feeling like you can't do this, when you're feeling like you don't want to do this anymore, when you're at the end of your rope. These women, this feminine energy, this support that you gather around you is what will keep you moving forward, because you start to realize that the power changes. It's no longer your mother in charge, like she was when someone was a child. But those same beliefs come up, those same buttons, those same traumas, those same nervous system reactions. But now there's a power difference. Now you are the one who holds most of the cards. You can say whether they see their grandchildren or not. You can say whether they're welcome or not. You can set rules. You can set boundaries. And I know there's probably a part of you that doesn't want to be that way, but there's a shift that needs to happen in your head. Most narcissists deal well with clear boundaries that are backed up. It's like structure. When you can be clear about what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept, it actually makes people feel more secure. And so you want to get clear on what you like and what you don't. One of my favorite stories is from my own psychologist, and she was working with a couple in her office, and they brought a full loaded dinner with them. And she didn't like that. She didn't like the fact that this couple was taking advantage of the time by, eating dinner. Now, when someone works with me, I'll eat dinner with them. I'll be like, oh, you're bringing dinner? Bring some for me. And we'll all eat dinner together and have this wonderful conversation. So that's not an issue that I have, but it is an issue that she has. And so she set her boundary. She said, hey, this is not acceptable to me. This is what you can do about it. And why don't I see you later? She said, there's a park down the street. You can go eat dinner. I've got time later on, like at 8 o'clock. Why did you come back then? So she set clear boundaries. And when the couple came back, they were able to say, yeah, you know what, that was pretty rude. Now, narcissists don't necessarily have the ability to come back and say, yeah, that was pretty rude. But at their core, they are pretty insecure. And when someone demonstrates to them that they know who they are, what they want, what they'll accept, and what they won't accept, their energy changes. Now the narcissist changes how they treat them. Part of the reason that a mother behaves so badly towards her children, a narcissistic mother does, is because it gives her a sense of security. It gives her a sense of stability in some way, because she is in control. She's pushing buttons. She's making things happen, even if it's really negative. She's controlling the situation. And it comes from that sense of total insecurity, whether mental instability, emotional instability, whatever it may be. So when someone walks in the room with that confidence, with that knowingness of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, it's interesting to see how a narcissist starts to behave differently, because they feel more secure. So the more secure you feel in you, The more grounded you feel in you because you're getting the support, because you're getting the love, because you're working on yourself, you're doing all those really healthy things, meditation, maybe yoga, exercise regularly, getting outside in nature and connecting, making sure you connect with other people. When you do your healthy things that keep you on a good path, then you walk into the relationship as a centered, grounded, wise sort of human being. And you're no longer the child. When you're the child, she'll revert back to her narcissistic behaviors, which can be cruel. But when you're an adult, when you know who you are and what you want, they change how they treat you because suddenly you were the authority figure. You're the authority figure that needs to be pleased. You're not the prey that can be manipulated. So when your narcissist mother starts to get older, it's important to dig even deeper into getting the love and the support that you need, whether it's going regularly to get body work done or energy work done, or developing a meditation space for yourself, or making sure that you have quiet time on your own. You have to get very good at loving yourself, because a narcissist mother will challenge you with that over and over and over. And on the flip side, that can be very good, because when you're challenged to love yourself, then you're able to get through a lot of, you know, a lot of internal issues that you have. And she is one of the one of the biggest lessons you have to work through is finding the love and confidence that you have in yourself. And when that happens, you're able to walk into a situation and start directing it, and people treat you differently. You're no longer prey, you're no longer victim, because you know that you are worthy. You know that you're valuable. You know that that you're going to be okay, and you are. So, if you're feeling stuck, if all of this seems way too big, like finding friends and getting support and working on yourself, and now you've got this drama of a mother getting older and needing you to step up because nobody else will. If you're in that situation and you're feeling stuck, reach out. We've got a wonderful, wonderful group of women that we're gathering, a total of 40. When we get our 40 women, then the price is going to quadruple. But right now we're keeping it really affordable so that women can get the support that they need, and we can get a really good, solid foundation. We've been doing this for a few months. I've been doing this for 12 something years. And I bring a lot of my own understanding of how the body mind works. And that's the biggest difference between going to therapy and getting coaching or support work done. Therapy is the idea that there's something wrong with you and you need to be fixed. We come in with the idea that there's nothing wrong with you. You just haven't gotten the love and the support and the respect. You haven't gotten your needs met. And when you get your needs met, and when you finally get the experiences that you need of caring and love and having a voice and support for making good decisions, and a community that's behind you, and people who know what they're talking about, they're not going to call you crazy, and you don't have to hide from them. When you find this safe oasis, when you find this safe space, you're able to become the woman that you want to become. You're able to cope with virtually anything because you are no longer alone. It's really a beautiful thing. We meet every week. We do the live streams every morning. We do monthly masterminds to, come up with the next few steps you need to take. We do stuff in between. I bring guests on. This is a full supportive sort of program. We've got a beautiful Facebook village of women who automatically know who you are and probably like you because they know exactly what you've been through. And they're on different parts of their path. They're on different areas of where they're going. So if you're interested, reach out. Only to 40, and we're getting there. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.